Hello, good day! So sa video na to, i-discuss natin yung limit theorems. Doon sa nakaraan nating video, iniwan natin yung tanong, meron bang direct way ng pag-evaluate ng limits? So ang sagot, meron. Pero bago yon, i-discuss muna natin yung important part, yung limit theorems. Kasi important to doon sa pag-evaluate ng limits. So let's start. So let's say, let f and g be functions of x, and assuming that the limit of f of x as x approaches c is equal to a, and limit of g of x as x approaches c is equal to b, where a, b, and c are real numbers. So, pag nakakita kayo ng ganitong notation, huwag kayong matakot. So, ang ibig sabihin lang niyan, meron tayong dalawang function. Yung una, yung f of x, tapos yung pangalawa, yung g of x. Okay? So, nung kinuha mo yung limit ng f of x, as x approaches a certain value, which is c, yung limit na nakuha mo ay yung a. And then, doon naman sa kabila, yung limit ng g of x, as x approaches c, so again, c is a certain value, yung b yung nakuha mong limit. So, kaya may ganitong a, b, and c are elements of real number. Ibig sabihin lang yan, may specific value yung a, b, and c na yan. Yan. So, based on these statements, tingnan natin yung theorems. Una, ayan, the limit of k as x approaches c is equal to k, where k is again a real number. Pag nakikita nyo to, ibig sabihin lang yan, constant yung variable na yun. Okay? Ibig sabihin, nire-represent tong variable na yun, yung isang constant. So, sa case na to, let's say, meron kang constant k, and then kinuha mo yung limit nun, as x approaches a certain value, wala ka na kailangang isipin, kasi yung constant na mismo yung limit. So, halimbawa, meron kang limit of 6 as x approaches 0, ano yung limit mo? 6 pa din. O kaya naman, limit of 2 as x approaches 1 is equal to 2. Ayan. Ganyan kapag constant. Next naman, the limit of x as x approaches c is equal to c. So, ibig sabihin lang nito, kapag kumukuha ka ng limit ng isang variable, monomial lang siya, ibig sabihin isa lang yung term, tapos first degree lang, kasi exponent nito, di ba, 1 lang naman. Yung limit of x as x approaches a certain value c is that value c. So, halimbawa, meron kang limit of x as x approaches 0 is equal to 0. Limit of y as y approaches 4 is equal to 4. So, again, nag-work lang to sa monomial, tapos 1 lang yung exponent. Next. Ayan. So, medyo mahaba to. So, you have the limit of the sum of f of x plus g of x as x approaches c. So, ito yung sum ng dalawang function. Equal siya sa sum of limit of f of x as x approaches c and limit of g of x as x approaches c. Okay? So, anong sinasabi niyan? Ibig sabihin lang nito, yung, let's say, you have f of x and g of x. So, dalawang function yun. Kapag pinag-add mo yung dalawang function na yun, tas kinuha mo yung limit as x approaches a certain value c, equal siya dun sa limit ng f of x as x approaches c plus yung limit of g of x as x approaches c. So, pwede mo silang paghiwalayin. Okay? So, kaya a plus b lang tong nasa dulo. Yan. Kasi nga, kung pinag-sum mo or pinag-add mo yung f of x at g of x, pwede mong kunin yung individual limits nila, tapos saka mo ipag-add. Makukuha mo pa rin yung same answer. Next. Ito naman, subtraction lang. Basically, pareho lang ng principle. So, yung limit nung difference of f of x minus g of x as x approaches c is equal to the limit of f of x as x approaches c minus the limit of g of x as x approaches c, which is equal to a minus b. So, let's say we have this one. The limit of x squared plus x as x approaches c. Okay, let's say 0. Ayan. Gawin natin itong x plus x. Ayan. Tapos, yung limit, equal siya sa limit ng x as x approaches 0 plus limit of x as x approaches 0. So, hindi ko muna sasagutan. Pinakita ko lang na pwede mo silang paghiwalayin. Another, sa minus naman, or let's say you have limit of x cubed plus x squared. Okay? X cubed plus x squared as x approaches 1. Pwede mo silang paghiwalayin. Yung tamang term ay decompose. So, pwede siyang maging limit of x squared as x approaches 1 plus the limit of x cubed as x approaches 1 plus the limit of x squared as x approaches 1. Okay? So, next set of rules. Ayan. So, you have the limit of k. So, dito, yung k constant lang ulit. Limit of k times f of x as x approaches c is equal to k times the limit of f of x as x approaches c, where k is a real number. So, ang sinasabi lang neto, pwede mong ilabas yung constant. So, halimbawa, meron kang limit ng 2x squared as x approaches 0. Pwedeng ang gawin mo para mas madali, ilabas mo yung constant na 2. So, magiging 2 times the limit of x squared as x approaches 0. Ayan. Pareho pa rin yung makukuha mong sagot. O, halimbawa, limit of x over 5 as x approaches 0. Pwede mong ilabas yung 1/5. So, magiging 1/5 times the limit of x as x approaches 0. Okay? Next. Ayan. So, burahin lang natin to. Ayan. You have the limit of the product of f of x times g of x as x approaches c is equal to the limit of f of x as x approaches c times the limit of g of x as x approaches c, which is ab. Ayan. Kasi ito yung a, ito yung b. So, example, meron kang limit ng x squared times x as x approaches 1. Okay? So, pwede mo din siyang i-decompose or paghiwalayin. So, magiging limit ng x squared as x approaches 1 times the limit of x as x approaches 1. Next. Yan. So, ito division naman. Basically, yung apat na operation na yon, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, pwede mo lang din silang paghiwalayin. So, sa case na to, you have the limit of f of x over g of x as x approaches c equal siya sa individual limit nung f of x as x approaches c divided by limit of g of x as x approaches c. So, example, meron kang limit of x cubed over x as x approaches 2. So, equal siya sa limit of x cubed as x approaches 2 over the limit of x as x approaches 2. Okay? So, hindi muna natin ini-evaluate. Pinapakita ko lang sa inyo yung theorems. Next, ayan. So, the limit of f of x raised to m as x approaches c equal siya sa limit of f of x as x approaches c raised to m. Dito, ang sinasabi lang niyan, yung exponent na nandito sa f of x, okay? Instead na sa f of x mo siya erase, pwedeng kuhain mo muna yung limit, tas tsaka mo erase to that exponent. somehow, pwedeng padaliin nyo yung work. Halimbawa, meron kang limit of x to the 5th as x approaches 2. Pwedeng ang gawin mo, limit of x lang muna as x approaches 2. Tapos, yung exponent, ilabas mo to the 5th power. Or limit of y to the 7th as y approaches 0 is equal to the limit of y as y approaches 0 raised to the 7th power. So, hindi nagmamatter kung anong ginagamit mong variable, same pa rin yung rule na nag-a-apply. Okay? So, pwede mong ilabas yung exponent. Ayan. So, from those rules, kaya natutunan natin, how do we evaluate the limits directly or algebraically? So, after discussing those rules, mahalaga na tandaan yun kasi magiging part yun ng solution. Pero, ito na yung sagot. Yung unang way to evaluate limits directly is by substitution. Yun yung pinaka-basic. Ayan. Next is factoring. So, pwede kang mag-factor out. And you can do other types of manipulating the expression para mag-come up ka dun sa term or dun sa itsura ng algebraic expression na gusto mo para mapadali yung evaluation ng limits. So, hanggang dito na lang muna. Okay? Yung specific examples nandun sa next video. But before that, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Bye!